Boozed and Confused is a comedy and weird topic podcast. Adult language may be used, probably by me. While our episode topics may be educational in nature, we are not responsible if your children start dropping the F-bomb to their kindergarten class. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, everybody.
Oh, hey there.
I'm Carolanne.
Matt.
Welcome to another episode of Boozed and Confused.
Hey.
I'm not boozed, but I'm confused about 87% of the time now.
Yeah, it's a pretty accurate percentage.
Yeah, I would say so. All right, what are we talking about today? Well, I mean, we've got a lot of housekeeping we got to get through before
There you go, forgetting stuff again.
we get to it. So, all right, just a couple things before we dive into today's episode, because I'm just going to get right to it.
Yeah.
It's late. It's already 7:20. Your girl fell asleep at 8:30 yesterday, and I slept for 11 hours, which I never do. So, third trimester is hitting me hard, but we'll make it through. So, maybe that just means we start recording earlier on Sundays, like when we first wake up.
Well, I had to take down the Christmas lights
On March 7th.
Well, the snow's finally gone. I didn't want to be on the roof even though I was before, but
Yeah,
I was doing other things.
one thing at a time.
Hmm.
All right, couple housekeeping things.
Let's do this.
All right, so we are on all of your favorite social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Zanga.
I'm not on Zanga.
My Crazy Life.
Not on Neopets. Not on TikTok. Definitely not on TikTok.
What's that one with the penguins?
Club Penguin?
Club Penguin.
I think that's dead. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. So if you want to hang out with us on social media, send us some stuff. We post some memes and some other good stuff, so you can find us there. If social media is not your thing and you want to send us something anyways, you can send us an email at boozedandconfusedpodcast@gmail.com, and we would love to hear from you.
You could send us your favorite air fryer recipes.
Oh my god, yeah, we just started using our air fryer, and it's great.
The entire first floor smells like, I don't know, like chicken.
Yeah,
And
it's great.
It's like a great smell.
Yeah, it's good.
Put that in a candle.
Yeah.
Some cologne.
I'm sure KFC has done that already.
I would want to see like a KFC Old Spice like collaboration.
Uh-huh.
I'll get in on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next on the list is if you enjoy the podcast and you tune in every week, or if you make it through today's episode somehow and you want to support us, we don't have a Patreon. We don't have a buy me a coffee or a buy me a beer or anything. All we have is the love and support of our followers that tune in every week. And the best way that you could support us is by leaving a review if you feel so inclined, and subscribing on your platform of choice. So the neat thing about the leaving a review part, if you take a screenshot and you send it to us, we'll send you some Boozed and Confused stickers for absolutely nothing. It costs you nothing. But if you tell us to eat shit in the review, we might not send you any stickers. Maybe we'll send one.
I'll cry in a vial and I'll like bottle it and send you my tears.
Yeah, I think that's it. And then last housekeeping item. What are you drinking?
It's another anti-hero like hero pack.
Mm-hmm.
Revolution Brewing, Chicago. It is called the Nelson IPA.
Mm-hmm.
It's hazy.
Ooh.
But again, I'm not like a good hipster. It's an IPA, so it tastes like an IPA.
Yeah.
But it's juicy
Mm-hmm.
and hazy.
I feel like IPAs are the same way I feel about wines, you know? Like if I'm drinking like, I don't know, like a red blend or something, I'm not going to be able to tell the difference between a $3 bottle and a $30 bottle. I'm just going to know it's wine. So I don't know. I feel like IPAs don't really have a ton of distinction unless it's a double IPA. And then I know based on how many I can drink before I take a nap.
Which is like half of one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get into today's topic?
Yeah. What is it?
Well, it's really scary, actually. The more that we started writing stuff down and reading about this, kind of terrifying.
It's currently very entertaining.
I don't feel entertained. I feel very scared for this coming up, but that's fine.
That's a problem for future me.
Yeah, we'll just see in like 2022 how things go, you know, when stuff starts to ramp up for elections. But
Oh, yeah.
without further ado, we're talking about deepfakes.
Deepfakes.
Deepfakes. Fakes of the deepest kind.
Right. Yeah. Deepfakes. Sure, it's a phrase that's been thrown around. Sure,
Like
you've heard it.
Buzzword.
It's pretty spooky stuff. So it actually is a combination of like phrasing. So deep learning plus the word fake. So you have deep fake. Deep learning is a type of machine learning. It's like algorithms that use numerous layers to progressively extract higher level features from input. So like an example, if you put a picture, like an image, it will kind of examine it in numerous levels. So like it might find the edges of something first, then it will progressively get more and more and more intricate until it's looking at things like faces or letters or numbers. That's what a deep fake. Well, that's what deep learning is, and a deep fake is synthetic media. It's pretty much when a person in an existing video or an image is replaced with someone else's likeness. And while the act of faking content is not new, deepfakes are potentially a pretty dangerous thing.
So what you're saying is like these are not your mama's photoshops or something.
No. Nor are they those fun Snapchats where like you're the puppy with the tongue.
Yeah. If that was all we had to worry about.
Yeah, it's the potential for deepfakes are pretty massive. So I don't know. I think I've had this habit of doing like time machine jump backs for our episodes where like I'm always thinking about like the past. Mm-hmm. I guess that's what happens when you're old.
That's all you have going.
But if you reverse my age, I'm 13.
Yeah. Ooh.
And that was a great year.
The implications are...
No, they're also pretty heavy.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, I found this massive web page, and it was literally just like rows and rows and rows and rows of just people. It's like faces. And then I could keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And then I read at some point that every single face on that page was fake. That not a single one of them was a real person, and that they were made by a computer. And they were, I guess, deep fakes. I'd say like 90% of them were like extremely real looking. A few here or there were kind of blurry, like maybe like an ear kind of like blended into the hair a little unnaturally. Maybe some like unnatural facial features. But as cool as that was, I didn't really care too much. It was kind of like one of those, I was probably doing some work and sidetracked myself and pretty quickly got back to my day. Not really appreciating that I just saw like thousands of faces that didn't exist in real life. Maybe like growing up in an era where kind of like every day there's something new. I don't know. It's kind of spoiled me, I guess.
Yeah, thanks technology.
I mean, like, I was able to download that video game Valheim that everyone's like losing their shit about in like maybe 15 seconds. like a whole game,
Mm-hmm.
a whole game in 15 seconds. Whereas like maybe when I was 13, it would take 15 seconds to download like, like
Mom, don't pick up the phone.
Oh, that stupid noise, the screaming internet noise.
Oh God, I miss those days.
We've come a long way.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about how far technology has come in such a short amount of time.
I know. Now it's like, why isn't my cell phone connecting to the internet?
Yeah, like my patience is 0 for when something like won't load on, my phone or my laptop or whatever. I give it about 3 seconds, then I'm like, nah, I don't think I need this.
I'm gonna throw this across the room.
I'll find this recipe somewhere else.
I'm gonna shake my laptop. I'm gonna punch it.
I don't do. It's not really what I meant.
I'm gonna say frick this.
No, not really.
I'm
what
gonna
I
frick
meant.
all this.
Yep.
And I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna complain to Comcast, or is it Xfinity? I'm gonna complain to Xfinity.
I don't really know what the difference is.
I think they're the same. I think whatever. Don't care.
That's fine. They're both terrible.
Yeah, but the other day, I was scrolling through Twitter, which I don't really tweet. I had a pretty nice Twitter following, and then my account got hacked. And
Loose quotes around hacked.
No, like legit got taken over. And it's gone. So I have a new one. And I pretty much only follow like MLS stuff and occasional like soccer, like outside of like MLS, like soccer stuff.
Yeah.
But super randomly, I found this video of Tom Cruise golfing.
Where was he golfing?
I don't know.
Somewhere
outside.
nice.
It was
like
very
Florida.
nice. It was very nice. It was a very Tom Cruise-esque performance. He was like, "Hey, internet, mind if I play some sports?"
Yeah,
And I was
that's like the zany Tom Cruise.
Tom
I would
Cruise,
expect, yeah.
Yes, like jumping on the chair and like lightning zapping Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. This was a deep fake. This was a deep fake video.
So it was not Tom Cruise.
It was not Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was not golfing.
Disappointing.
He kind of did some rambling. The only reason I knew this was a deep fake was because I was told it was a deep fake.
When you told me about this, you showed me the video, and like in my mind, I could not comprehend how it was a deep fake because it just looked pretty authentic, and I don't know. I mean, it kind of blew my mind. So I'm very used to like seeing deep fakes that look a little bit more obvious.
Yeah, there's tons of obvious deep fakes out there, but this one, I think it was you who said it seemed a little bit off. Whether it was like the eyes or the mouth or something. Like during the deep fake, the character, I guess, playing Tom Cruise even put a hat on and sunglasses on, and generally that would kind of make it seem obvious that something's being altered. If you've ever done like Snapchat stuff,
my favorite.
If like you turn your head too much or you do put like your hand in front of your face, you kind of lose the superimposed image over your face. Like this guy, his hair was flowing, the hat was on, it was off, the sunglasses were on and off, hands were in front of the face. It was genuinely a smooth picture. Nothing seemed a little bit off. It wasn't until someone broke down the video like frame by frame that you could see a small blip in like the eyes as he was taking on and off the sunglasses.
I like to imagine that this is like a Tom Cruise fanatic who's like, wait a second, these aren't Tom's eyes.
I would know. I've seen them. But hey, like I like Snapchats. I actually just sent all my buddies a Snapchat of me as a leprechaun. It's not a very far.
So you didn't have to change.
I didn't have to change
anything?
much. You're an ass. No, it was. I think it was. I don't know. It was like Applebee's or something. One of those sponsored things. It's a face filter. But like you can do face swaps with your buddies. You can be a potato.
Potato one is my favorite.
You remember that video of that little girl? Like, I'm a carrot.
Yeah. I mean, they're so freaking cute.
Yeah. You can be a baby.
I am a baby.
You are a baby. So like you've done those face filters where you turn into a guy.
Yes.
And you have a really nice jawline.
I do.
And like a really impressive like 5 o'clock
Yeah,
shadow.
yeah.
I do the girl filter, and since I have a beard, it's just it looks stupid. It looks stupid,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I've never had an Apple product beyond like an iPod Touch, so it wasn't, of course, it didn't exist then, but they say they work better on Apple products.
Well, they do, because developers for companies like Snapchat don't give a shit about Android users, because there's just too many versions that you really have to worry about. So it's fine. I have a lot of complaints about the way that us Android people are treated for apps.
Whatever. I'm an old person now, so it makes sense. But that deepfake was crazy good. I actually started following him on Twitter. You guys can check it out at Deep Tom Cruise.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
creepy.
It's a little creepy. It's kind of blown up, the Deep Tom Cruise. We can add this into our show notes or something. It's actually where I saw the frame by frame like breakdown of the video. The high quality nature of this video is partially due to an extremely talented actor who just improvs the crap out of impersonates the crap out of Tom Cruise.
Maybe both.
And he also looks insanely like Tom Cruise. Chiseled jawline, very handsome. His eyebrows are a little bushy, but he's exceptionally handsome. Tom Cruise.
I'd give him about a 9.
I'd give him a 9.5, and I'd give him my phone number too. I found out that Tom Cruise is 58 years old.
Yeah. Well, when you have that much money, again, you could look like anything.
Yeah. So I guess thankfully it turns out that, something this convincing requires more than just a computer and, a picture of somebody.
For now.
Correct.
For
Yes,
now, at this current moment.
As of today, it's one way, and as of tomorrow, it'll be another. But there are actually a number of other deepfakes that many people would probably know about.
Yeah, there's a few that really popped up in the headlines over the last couple of years, especially, with the elections going on. So one of the first ones that I think a lot of people maybe enjoyed was from Mark Zuckerberg. So these two artists and like this advertising company come together to make a deepfake of Mark Zuckerberg, pretty much to have him say shit that he never actually said. But the purpose of this, I think, was to use it within like a documentary. So the implications of it are kind of, it's not just them having Mark Zuckerberg saying something like, well, I eat, unborn babies or something like that.
He is a reptilian.
He is a reptilian. But, pretty much he says something along the lines in the video. It says, loose quotes. Imagine this for a second. One man with the total control of billions of people's stolen data, all their secrets, their lives, their futures. I owe it all to Spectre. Spectre showed me that whoever controls the data controls the future.
Oh, I have heard that term Spectre before. Mm-hmm. I have heard of that. I don't know. I'm too old, but...
There's another one from Barack Obama. So I think a lot of people are probably pretty familiar with Jordan Peele.
Oh, I love Jordan Peele.
Such a good actor. He's just so talented.
He actually, I think he's done acting. I think he said that
he wants to be on the other side of it.
He says he finds no joy seeing himself act.
Interesting.
Or something along those lines.
Interesting. I mean, he's a great director, so...
Oh, yeah. If anything, seeing old Mad TV skits mm-hmm. with him and Keegan-Michael Key, mm-hmm. They are so much better than what Mad TV was.
Interesting.
I know Mad TV was the edgier SNL, mm-hmm. and there's some sketches from that show that will live forever in my head, the Stewart.
Yeah.
Look what I can do.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. But Key and Peele I loved that show. That was one of the only shows on Comedy Central that I think got even close to touching Chappelle's show
Yeah.
in like being amazing.
Yeah. No, that was great. So Jordan Peele teams up with BuzzFeed and then a company called Monkey Paw Productions.
I believe that's his company or his production group. Like,
oh, I thought you were going to say that he owns BuzzFeed.
No. Monkey Pod. That's the group that's done like Get Out and Us.
Got it. Oh.
I think he has another one coming out called Candyman.
Yes.
Either that already came out, but you know.
This is not a Jordan Peele ad.
Oh, I love Jordan Peele.
If he wanted.
Love Jordan Peele.
So anyway, so they all come together and they make this deepfake of Barack Obama. And it was put up on YouTube back in like April of 2018. And this video depicts Obama like swearing and calling Donald Trump names. And you can imagine like, you know, the implications of that are pretty huge. But so in this particular video, so Jordan Peele's voice and his mouth were transformed and manipulated into Obama's voice and face.
Mm-hmm.
So it looked pretty authentic. But the entire point of the video, which this part is interesting, is they wanted to portray how dangerous deepfakes could be, pretty much. And saying that deepfakes can make anyone say anything.
Yeah. They also did a Trump one, which is
not Key and Peele, not Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele didn't do
I think
Trump
he's
one.
Maybe I'm just like having like false memories because this is all a simulation.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Jordan Peele has done Trump impersonations.
Well, I mean, maybe, but this particular example was not him.
Yeah, there was a deepfake made of Donald Trump, which was created based on a Jimmy Fallon skit performed on NBC's The Tonight Show. The skit, which aired May 4th, may the 4th be with you.
In 2016.
In 2016.
Bad year. Ugh.
Was it a bad year?
Oh.
Jimmy Fallon dressed up as Donald Trump and pretended to participate in a phone call with Barack Obama.
If you watch this video, it's like it's very clearly Jimmy Fallon. He's like bronzed himself, but he's got like a Trump wig, but it's like pretty obviously Jimmy Fallon.
Correct. He's bragging about a primary win in Indiana.
And, that's not much of a big feat.
Right? We've all been to Indiana for like, why are you in Indiana? Because I'm going somewhere else.
It wasn't on purpose.
I'm going
I can tell
somewhere
you
else.
that.
Sorry if you live in Indiana. I've enjoyed my time in Indiana. Was it May 5th of 2019? A deep fake of Trump, which was again taken from this skit, was created. In the deep fake, Fallon's face was transformed into Trump's. The audio was still the Fallon voice, but the deep fake was uploaded to YouTube by the founder of Deepfakes with comedic intent.
Yeah. So, I mean, you could kind of... I feel like this is one that's maybe like a little more obvious.
Correct.
Yeah.
Speaking of obvious, there was another deep fake or derp fake. I don't know. I'm sure there's many classes of fakes. Bill Hader. He was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. He was one of the cops in Superbad. Generally hilarious guy. SNL alum. Creative voice on South Park, I think. He does really good impressions, and I forget what late show he was on, but he was doing impressions of like Al Pacino and like Jim Carrey, and his face would like morph to match the face of the actor he was impersonating. And it wasn't like a massively obvious one, but you would see his face change when he would do the impersonation, and that was pretty wild. But again, it was obvious. It was obvious because like his face would like change back to Bill Hader when he was done.
Another one that circulated the internet that you've probably seen was Kit Harrington, who very famously plays Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. No, he didn't really apologize for the way that season 8 ended, but you would have thought that from the deepfake.
Yeah, I can understand why he'd want to apologize.
It's not his fault.
He didn't seem too happy with the way things ended. A lot of them didn't seem happy with it.
Well, I mean, yeah, you like pour all of your energy into this massive, fandom, and you get screwed by two writers who don't give a shit.
It became such a big part of our lives.
I mean, we had
We even bought HBO.
That's the biggest thing.
We
paid for it.
I remember the finale. We bought a big screen inflatable thing, a projector, some speakers, and we were going to have like an HBO like outdoor like night at the movies.
And then it
thing.
started raining.
And then it started
so we
raining.
all came inside.
So we all jam into our basement, which is
Yeah.
It's not huge. And it ended, and I don't think I've even watched a single episode since the finale.
No.
Like, didn't even rewatch it.
No, I have not.
It's one of those shows where I'm like, I can't ever even acknowledge it.
Yeah.
There's still one book left of Game of Thrones that hasn't been finished yet.
Yeah.
Which will be the last bit of the story. And
I blame George.
Stupid George. If he dies, but I know he's told a few people,
Mm-hmm.
like, if he does die, like, here's how it ends. I've also seen this really cool deep fake of The Shining, Kubrick's The Shining. They replace Jack Nicholson's face with Jim Carrey. It's not at all funny, though. It is, again, it's the same voice. It's Nicholson's voice, but a younger Jim Carrey, and it's also pretty freaking scary.
Okay, so we've brought up some examples of deepfakes, and
it's entertaining and kind of funny.
Yeah, they're.
It's funny.
Or are they? Because here's the thing. While they may seem kind of harmless, deepfakes can actually be really fucking scary. Like insanely scary to degrees of which we have not seen yet.
So, like, scarier than me doing like a face swap with like Steve Bannon.
Yeah.
And sending those videos to all my weird friends who think that's funny.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's pretty dark.
So why deepfakes can be so scary, I think the one that comes to mind the most, because a lot of examples come from this, are the political implications that this could have for the future. So you could pretty much fake footage of a politician like doing something or saying something wrong right before an election, circulate it on social media to sway results.
Yeah, it will do the work for you. Once it's out there and it spreads, it's going to blow up. It goes viral.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing that comes to mind, you could fake footage of a president saying something, and then, that could be used against us by enemies or allies. Like, for example, someone brought up an example of Donald Trump saying something about North Korea, which could result in like a nuclear war, which is terrifying. Donald Trump is not president anymore, so that's
it's after March 4th, though.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't he like the 19th president again or something?
For anyone who wasn't following the QAnon conspiracy, allegedly March 4th was supposed to be the day that Donald Trump was like reinstated as the 19th president.
Because the U.S. ceased to be a country around the 19th president's running,
something like that.
It became a corporation, and Trump was going to gloriously come back on like a unicorn and become the 19th president and I don't know, expel Biden from the office.
Yeah, as far as I know, it's still President Biden and former President Donald Trump, but
I don't even think Joe Biden knows he's president. That's a joke. Oh, I don't even know where I am.
All right. Back to the political implications of deepfakes. So here's an example of how things can get really scary. So there's an example from 2018 in a small country in Central Africa called Gabon. And they have a president whose name is Ali Bongo. Okay. And so for a while, he's not seen for like months, right? And there's a lot of rumors that start going around throughout the general public that he's either not healthy enough for office or that he's just dead. And they don't know. And the government's trying to, like, cover it up.
Do they have his body like in the chair? He's wearing sunglasses and they have like strings.
Puppet
and
hands.
He's like at the window saying everything's okay, and his arms are like flailing.
No, everything's good. So the government's like, no, guys, no, everything is okay. In fact, he'll just do this like televised address on New Year's Day. Okay, so they do this address, and his movements and speech are just like off, right? And so to the public, they're like, holy shit, that does not seem natural. So the public, like, watches this video, and it actually just confirms their suspicions that the government was trying to hide something. So they start a fucking coup.
The people do, or the government?
Military.
Oh.
The military starts a coup, and it's the first coup since, like, 1964.
Oh, I vaguely remember this.
And so here's the thing. Experts still can't tell if that video is genuine or not. And the coup is unsuccessful. Ali Bongo is still president. He's appeared in public since, but like, that's the kind of mistrust that's created and so easily believed. I mean, that's kind of terrifying. Aside from political implications, which obviously I think can get out of hand pretty quickly, there are some other concerns, I think, to be had. One that also comes to mind would be, like, personal attacks.
Yeah, it's the implications.
Yeah. And so, like, maybe this is not so much of a concern right now because of the current technology, which requires just a lot of footage to learn from, and it's also really expensive. But, I mean, if you think about, like, how far deepfakes have come from 2019 to 2021, which is insane, it wouldn't shock me if, like, the barrier for this kind of drops, and those requirements disappear. So if that were to happen, and it's a lot easier and cheaper to make these deepfakes, what's to stop your enemy from creating a deepfake of you and just giving it to your employer or your family?
Well, because I don't think there's enough footage of me to do that. Also, I have a beard.
Also, I'm just like friends with everybody, so who would even do that to me?
Do you know this is a genuine conspiracy going around? Do you remember that like little like news blip where it's like human beards contain like all this like poop and pee pee and bacteria and stuff, and it's way better just to shave them off. People were saying like, oh, this is the government trying to like compile footage of your faces. So like you Americans better grow your beards out. And I'm like, yo, this is not for like my safety. This is so I don't look like a 12-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. Or so the government doesn't think you're forever a 12-year-old. Yeah.
Right? Oh, that guy, I think he's a vampire. It's probably just take him out the drone strike. It's like Amazon delivery and drone service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this could lead to blackmailing like pretty easily. I don't know. But in general, obviously, it just ruins the public's trust. And so how do you distinguish between what's real and what's fake? And someone could be recorded actually doing something, and once they're caught, they could just come out and say, actually, that's fake. And I think that this happened to, like, some politicians in Brazil, which wouldn't shock me in the slightest because it's Brazil. But, I mean, like, where does it stop?
Yeah, this is like the alternative facts thing that was made famous a few years ago. Yeah. But like way, way, way worse.
So we've made it this far and you're probably thinking, holy shit, these are really scary. How do we stop this? All right, well, you can't.
No, you can. You have to stop Skynet from becoming Skynet. You have to do it. You have to go back to the future.
Yeah. And if that's not a viable option, there are other things that have been attempted to stop deepfakes. And that's like very loose quotes because what I'm about to say is from Congress and like
half of them are skeletons already.
I don't think they're very up to date. with technology. I'm always brought back to the hearings with Mark Zuckerberg.
How do I use a Facebook?
Well, no, they're like, well, if Facebook is free to use, how do you make money? And Mark Zuckerberg like stops and he smiles and he's like, Senator, we run ads.
How do I add my grandchild? I've made 7 accounts and I can't figure out how to use the Google.
Oh, gosh. All right. So 2 bills were proposed to Congress. The first one is called the Malicious Deepfake Prohibition Act of 2018. That was brought up by Republican Senator Ben Sasse of Nebraska.
Oh, yeah. Classic, the MDFP.
And the second is called the Deepfakes Accountability Act, which was proposed by New York Democratic Representative Yvette Clarke in June, I think, of 2020 or 2019. Someone can fact check
Way back
me
in
on
the
that.
day.
So the first one pretty much prohibits fraudulent audiovisual records, which I think is actually already illegal. That's fine. The second one, the Deepfakes Accountability Act, requires that altered media is labeled as such with a watermark.
Oh, yeah. If I'm creating fake content, let me just throw a watermark on there.
Yeah. And so, there's obvious concerns about the government trying to regulate technology as it's still technically emerging. Again, the technology of deepfakes between 2019 and 2021 already huge strides, and what's crazy is like the things that we could tell in 2019 of like, oh, this is an obvious deepfake because of this like maybe lag in like the blinking. Well, then they take that and they improve that, and that's one less thing that you have to tell if it's a deepfake or not. The next point that kind of concerns people is like, where does the line get drawn for the First Amendment and free speech? That one I don't really know about. But also, I'm laughing about the watermark because like someone who's using deepfakes to like do some bad shit is obviously not going to watermark their video. I'm not going to be like a hostile enemy to the U.S. government and be like, you know what? I'll just watermark this.
Rules are rules.
And so, I mean, really, like, how far would these laws even stretch? Like, if someone overseas is making these videos for maybe political reasons, it's not like these laws would deter them, So then the next step, obviously, would be regulation through social media.
Oh, you said the R word.
Yes. So pretty much all of the major tech companies at this point have come out with some sort of like reaction and game plan to how to combat deepfakes. We can, I think, see how well that's worked out if you remember the video of Nancy Pelosi, which is not a deepfake, it's just an altered video, but it's altered to make it look like she is drunk and slurring her words to the point where even like Donald Trump retweeted this video and it was viewed by like millions of people. And then I think it was Facebook maybe that like refused to take that video down for a long time. So really, like, how is this being regulated? If like something is very obviously a fake. So if you're not going to try to stop their creation, why not stop the distribution of it? So the conversation, I think, over the last couple of years has shifted from talking about stopping the creation of deepfakes to finding better ways to distinguish a deepfake from an actual genuine video. And they talk about doing this through algorithms that are kind of similar to those that are used to actually make the videos in the first place. But, it's kind of one of those, like, you're constantly playing a game of catch up.
Catch up?
Yes, because things are always changing and they're always improving the technology. So, it's like as deepfakes get better and better, you're just trying to find the next thing.
Well, here's what I can say is I won't ever be able to do this because I can't afford the graphics card
Not
that
yet.
you're required to do it.
Not yet,
Well,
you can't.
Not saying that this is the only one, but I've been hearing that the NVIDIA Quadro RTX 8000 has been used, and not just one of them, but like 2 or 3 of them at one time. And one runs you about $5,500. So yeah, I won't be getting one anytime soon.
Yeah,
I won't be able to deepfake my blackmail videos.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have to keep writing really poorly handwritten letters.
So with that comes some closing thoughts, maybe a final question that I'd like to leave everybody with and maybe get everybody's thoughts on. But we got this quote from either the Guardian article or the Forbes article that we will link in the show notes. But here it is. Will people be more likely to believe a deepfake or a detection algorithm that flags the video as fabricated?
My question would be are we deepfakes ourselves?
Oh my god. Just take it another step further.
Are we the algorithm?
We are the deepfakes.
Considering that, oh no, I'm not going to answer the question with another question. I'm just gonna leave it.
Yeah.
I'm not very hopeful for the good answer.
Yeah. I think very scarily with the new elections coming up for 2022 and then the next presidential election in 2024, I think we will be seeing and hearing a lot about deepfakes over the next few years.
And I genuinely don't know what that's going to be like. I don't know.
Well, good luck to us. Here's to hoping. I mean, God, you just think about like how dumb some people in the world are and willing to believe anything. And then you could have a video of a political figure being like, I eat 3 children in a day. And people would believe it and they'd put it on Facebook.
Was that the Hillary footage?
I don't know, maybe. So I think that wraps it up for today. I think we're done here.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to talk about this anymore.
It's just another thing to worry about.
Yeah, we'll just add it to the list. My high-functioning anxiety really needed something else to worry about because we've already gotten a lot of house projects done, so yeah, well, I guess we'll see.
I guess we will.
But that is it for today, so thanks for joining us. Curious to hear your thoughts. Send it to us on our social media. Email it to us at boozedandconfusedpodcast@gmail.com. Send us a deepfake video of what you thought of it.
Send me a deepfake of, I don't know. Give me a celebrity, Carolanne. Give me
Alanis Morissette.
Oh, Alanis Morissette. That's a good one. Telling us your opinion.
Yeah, perfect.
Yo, what about that? What's that one website where you can like pay for people? Cameo.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I could make a killing on Cameo.
Oh god.
Doing deepfakes.
Okay. All right. Well.
Oh, well, there's an
is
idea.
This is chaotic evil.
Wait, there's a knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Is that FBI guy? I gotta go.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us this week. We drop new episodes every Monday, so we'll see you same time next week.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.